It is getting hot in South Florida. So what do we grow? You're going to give us 5 crops that we can grow in this terrible heat. And do I need a huge backyard to grow my own food?
I live in a small apartment, but you can grow vegetables in a small garden.
Plus a pepper hack for those like me who can't take the heat. It's a hack. I like that. Hi everyone. I am at the Dania Beach Patch with Bianca Maria Bacarosa. How are you? Thank you for having us.
Thanks to you to come here.
Today's a special day at the Dania Beach Patch, but first I want to introduce you to the Dania Beach Patch. Years ago, this place was established here in South Florida in the middle of a food desert. A food desert is where community doesn't have access to fresh food, fresh produce within a mile radius. So you guys put this food forest right in the middle of a food desert.
Yes, that's right.
Now, what is the purpose of the Dania Beach Patch? What do you guys do?
Our mission is to improve that our neighborhood and community in Broward County could have access to healthy food.
So Bianca, and we talk about the United States, there is an abundance of food-like substance, I call it, not real food. There's abundance of food and junk food, but there's not abundance of healthy food. Here you're bringing those vegetables and those fruits closer to a community that would otherwise not have it, right?
Yes, and now we are working with Nova University, and we are starting regularly to have workshops here about nutrition.
And I'm going to go talk to some of your volunteers and some of the employees here because a lot of people are interested in growing their own food at home.
Yes,
you know,
also.
And you guys help people. You can come in and volunteer here, learn.
Yes, we are teaching all the time. All the people that come here volunteering, we are teaching not only to grow here, how they can grow in their home.
Right.
You can live in a small apartment, but you can grow vegetables in a small garden. And we can teach you how to grow these type of vegetables in your home, whatever is a tiny home or a big home.
I know that you guys offer volunteer hours for people to come in. You can come in, you
Yes.
volunteer, but you also learn how to grow in your
Yes,
own yard.
I started here as volunteer.
Oh, look at that.
After I was a coordinator, and now I am the manager.
So you
Yes.
stay here. Be careful because you come
Yes.
here and you stay here.
Yes, I have the experience.
All right, Bianca. So I'm going to go and interview some of your volunteers and some employees
Excellent.
who can tell us a little bit about growing in South Florida. We had
Yes.
some massive rains.
Yes.
And people are wondering if
Yes.
they can grow now with this heat. Look, we were all sweating here. With this heat, what can you grow? There's a lot that you can grow,
Yes,
right?
yes. This is we are starting our summer season now.
Yeah, absolutely. Please pick, taste. These are good as salad greens and they can be sauteed. Tokyo Bacana also do better in the heat than a lot of things down here.
All right, so I'm with Noah. You are with the Fruitful Field, but you also help here at the Dania Patch. Now, tell me, what do you do here?
We manage this site, bringing it back to a place where you can grow lots of food for the community.
Now, both the Fruitful Field and the Dania Beach Patch do something for food deserts. You put a food forest in a food desert.
Right.
And that is powerful in this society right now, that we don't have access to healthy food.
Right.
Now, in South Florida, it's getting very hot, as you can see by the glistening. We can't grow tomatoes and like regular lettuce like the rest of the country, but there's a lot of things we can grow. So Noah, you're going to give us 5 crops that we can grow in this terrible heat.
Right.
Let's start with number 5.
Right here we have eggplant in the Solanaceae family. This can grow all throughout the summer, and you can actually grow it perennially in South Florida if you trim it back at the end of the summer. If you trim it really good, it'll bush back out in the fall. So really resistant to high heat. I would recommend not watering the leaves with water because it can get fungal disease really fast, but it produces all summer long. Really good crop.
So like maybe watering in the morning.
In the morning on the roots.
On
right
the
on
roots.
base.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right, let's go to number 4.
Number 4, we have Seminole pumpkin, which is a great crop to grow in the summer. Here, from the Seminole tribe, South Florida, it produces really nice, sweet, kind of like butternut squash flavors.
Yes.
And it produces a lot. You need a lot of space for them. They get about 100 feet long, or 50 to 100 feet long. So you need space in order for them to produce a lot of fruit. But they grow great all year round. But in the summer, you could grow them, and it'll fill this bed up in no time.
You'll have a pumpkin patch.
Pumpkin patch, and they're edible and they're really tasty.
Yeah, I love that they're small, so it's like one meal. You don't have to chop it up and save it in the fridge.
Right.
And I also like that they're like pest resistant, because in like when I used to try to grow before I knew what I was doing, not that I know what I'm doing now, but before I knew a little bit, I used to try to grow regular pumpkins, and bad in South Florida.
Right. They've adapted to this heat over time.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right, Seminole pumpkins. Number 3, no lettuce during the summer for us.
No lettuce.
But we need our greens,
Right,
right? So
right.
what can we grow?
This is a brassica, the collard green. This is one of the brassicas that can grow well in South Florida heat. So something like a broccoli, for example, would bolt or go to seed really fast. This will stay good. If you plant them now, or if you planted them around February, they'll last through the summer, and they'll be really good. You want to harvest them quicker than you would in the fall, because the leaves might get more hard because it is more hot, but works really well in the summer.
And now when you harvest them from the bottom up, right?
From the bottom up, exactly.
Right, just like a kale or something like that.
Yeah.
All right, collard greens at number 3. Let's go to number 2.
Number 2 is hot peppers specifically. Things like bell peppers and sweet peppers don't do as well in the summer, but hot peppers can grow perennially in South Florida. And we have a couple here. This is called the riri riri pepper from South America. Really good pepper. Makes good for seasoning to dry out and to make seasoning with. We're planting cayenne pepper. We're planting habanada pepper, which is actually a hack, because habanada peppers are a sweet habanero, but they grow like a habanero pepper, the spicy one, but they're sweet. So it's like the little loophole.
It's a hack. I like that.
Yeah, so hot peppers can grow well.
So that's the hot pepper for people like me who can't take hot pepper.
Right.
It's
Habanada.
the pretend hot pepper.
Right. Tastes like a habanero pepper, but not spicy, like the same fruitiness of it.
And number 1 is something new for me. I looked at this, it looked like lettuce. What is this?
This is called Tokyo Bacana, which is actually the first plant grown in space. So I say if you can grow it in space, you can grow it here. And it's a cross between a lettuce and a cabbage, and it can produce all year round. What I did here is I grew it really densely, and then I'll thin it out so it'll make heads, kind of make like a Napa cabbage type head. Or you can eat them really tender, and you can keep chopping this over and over again and get a lot of harvest from it. And you can eat it raw or cooked, like bok choy if you want to cook it really fast, or eat it raw in a salad.
Nice. And you harvest it, you said you chop it from the top, or how do you?
If I want to chop it for salad greens, I'll chop it about an inch above the soil surface level, and it'll keep growing back when I do that.
Oh, like mowing the lawn.
Like mowing the lawn. Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, I really appreciate you, Noah. Thank you so much.
Of course.
This has been amazing. I'm going to keep taking a tour because this place is awesome. Want to invite everybody to volunteer here.
Yes.
And at the Fruitful Field.
Yes.
Where are you guys located, the Fruitful Field?
So this is the Fruitful Field site in Deerfield Beach. Is at 100 Northeast 44th Street in Deerfield. We have a site in Pompano Beach called the Patricia Davis Community Garden, and the Patch, which is here at 1201 West Dania Beach Boulevard.
Now, the Fruitful Field does something that is pretty awesome. It brings food to people right there in the community that would otherwise not have access to food, right? And you can support them also with, do you still do a CSA?
We do a CSA. We do a field sponsorship program, which allows, if you want a specific charity to get produce from us, you can sponsor a field and we'll harvest for that charity. We'll do that as well.
That's awesome. And then, if you're trying to learn to grow, these are the places you want to come to volunteer, because you give your hours and then you learn how to grow.
Exactly.
You learn from people like Noah. So thank you so much, Noah. I really appreciate it. So I learned so much today, like this habanada pepper that is spicy but not spicy. I also learned about a green I didn't know about. I hope you learned a lot about growing your own food and helping the community in these community gardens. If you want to volunteer, I'm going to put that information in the comments as well. The Dania Beach Patch and also the Fruitful Field. You can come, learn, volunteer. And if you want to continue to learn through this channel, hit the subscribe button. We're going to bring you important information week after week. Happy gardening.